Welcome to TelehealthFX Talk. Today, we are covering one of the most talked about and least understood topics in the entire GLP-1 space, the relationship between GLP-1 medications and alcohol. You've probably seen the headlines. Ozempic made me stop drinking. People losing interest in alcohol completely. People getting drunk off one glass of wine. This is happening. It's real. And now we actually have clinical trial data explaining why. But there are also serious safety risks that come with drinking on these medications that nobody's talking about. So we're going to cover both, the science behind why your desire for alcohol may change and the safety precautions you need to know. And if you want a clinical team that prepares you for these kinds of changes before they catch you off guard, visit TelehealthFX.com. That's TelehealthFX.com. Their one-on-one onboarding covers lifestyle factors, including alcohol, so you're not blindsided.
This is honestly one of the most fascinating topics in GLP-1 research right now, because it touches something way beyond weight loss. So let's start with the science. Why are people on semaglutide and tirzepatide losing their desire to drink? It turns out GLP-1 receptors don't just exist in your gut and your pancreas. They're also found in your brain's reward centers, specifically in areas called the nucleus accumbens and the ventral tegmental area. These are the exact same brain regions responsible for the dopamine-driven pleasure you get from alcohol.
And what the research is showing is that GLP-1 medications appear to modulate these dopamine pathways. They're essentially turning down the volume on the reward signal that alcohol produces. It's the same mechanism that reduces food noise, that constant mental chatter about food that so many GLP-1 patients describe disappearing. Well, it appears to work on alcohol noise too. The craving, the pull, the automatic reach for a drink at the end of the day, many people report that it just quiets down.
And there's a second mechanism at play. GLP-1 medications slow gastric emptying, which means alcohol enters your bloodstream more slowly. The rapid hit that normally comes from that first drink is blunted. The reward signal arrives later and weaker. Your brain doesn't get the same reinforcement it used to, so the behavior becomes less compelling.
And this isn't just anecdotal anymore. In 2025, a randomized placebo-controlled trial published in JAMA Psychiatry showed that weekly semaglutide injections significantly reduced weekly alcohol cravings, average drinks per drinking day, and the frequency of heavy drinking days. And then in 2026, a randomized controlled trial published in the Lancet looked at adults who had both obesity and alcohol use disorder. The semaglutide group had a statistically greater decrease in heavy drinking days and overall alcohol consumption compared to placebo after 26 weeks.
Now, I need to be really clear about something important. Semaglutide is not FDA-approved for the treatment of alcohol use disorder. Phase 3 clinical trials are underway specifically for addiction applications, but right now, the standard treatments for alcohol use disorder remain naltrexone, acamprosate, and disulfiram. We are not saying GLP-1 is a treatment for alcohol addiction. What we are saying is that the science shows these medications can change your relationship with alcohol in ways that many people find surprising and for many beneficial.
Now let's talk about the safety side, because this is just as important. If you're on a GLP-1 medication and you do drink, there are real risks you need to understand. Number one, your alcohol tolerance is probably much lower than it used to be. Many users report getting intoxicated significantly faster from fewer drinks. This is partly because of slowed gastric emptying, partly because you're eating less overall, and partly because of the medication's effects. If you go out and drink like you used to, you could be in trouble.
Number 2, alcohol can make your GLP-1 side effects dramatically worse. Alcohol irritates the stomach lining. GLP-1 medications already cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Combine the two and you can end up with severe digestive distress that's way beyond what you'd experience from either one alone.
Number 3, and this is the most dangerous one, blood sugar. Both alcohol and GLP-1 medications lower blood sugar independently. When you combine them, the hypoglycemia risk is amplified. Alcohol actually inhibits your liver's ability to release stored glucose, which is your body's safety mechanism for preventing blood sugar from dropping too low. If that mechanism is impaired while you're on a blood sugar-lowering medication, you can end up with dangerously low blood sugar. This is especially critical for anyone with diabetes or anyone also taking insulin or other diabetes medications.
Number 4, dehydration. Alcohol is a diuretic, meaning it makes you urinate more and lose fluids. GLP-1 medications can also cause dehydration through their gastrointestinal side effects. Put both together and you have a compounded dehydration risk that can stress your kidneys and make you feel terrible.
And number 5, alcohol provides empty calories. If you're on a GLP-1 medication for weight loss, alcohol works directly against your goals. Those liquid calories add up fast, and alcohol can also lower your inhibitions around food choices, leading to eating more than you planned.
So what should you do if you want to have a drink while on a GLP-1 medication? Here are the practical guidelines. First and most importantly, talk to your provider about your alcohol use. Be honest about how much and how often you drink so they can give you personalized guidance. Second, if you do drink, keep it moderate. That generally means 1 drink or less per day for women and 2 or less for men. Third, never drink on an empty stomach. Eat food first to slow absorption even further. Fourth, stay hydrated. Drink water between alcoholic drinks and before bed. Fifth, know that your tolerance has changed. Start with far less than you used to drink and see how your body responds.
And monitor for signs of low blood sugar, especially if you have diabetes. Shakiness, confusion, sweating, rapid heartbeat. If you feel any of these, stop drinking, eat something with carbohydrates, and check your blood sugar if you have a monitor.
This is exactly the kind of guidance you get when you work with a clinical team that looks at the full picture. TelehealthFX doesn't just write you a prescription and send you on your way. Their one-on-one onboarding includes discussing your lifestyle, your habits, and your concerns. Their providers are licensed clinicians available through 24-hour review. They offer Semaglutide, tirzepatide, NAD+, and sermorelin with transparent pricing. No hidden membership fees, 2-day UPS shipping, and they're licensed in all 50 states. Visit TelehealthFX.com. That's TelehealthFX.com.
The bottom line is this. GLP-1 medications can genuinely change your relationship with alcohol, and for many people, that's a welcome surprise. But you need to be prepared for the changes, understand the safety risks, and have a clinical team that helps you navigate it. Don't find out your tolerance dropped by ending up in a dangerous situation.
Really well said.
If you're ready to start your GLP-1 journey with a team that prepares you for everything, including the lifestyle changes you don't expect, visit TelehealthFX.com. That's TelehealthFX.com. Take the free qualification quiz and connect with a licensed provider. Transparent pricing, no hidden fees, real clinical support. That's TelehealthFX.com. And as always, everything on TelehealthFX Talk is for educational purposes only. This is not medical advice. GLP-1 medications are not approved for the treatment of alcohol use disorder. If you are struggling with alcohol addiction, please seek help from an addiction specialist. Always consult your healthcare provider about alcohol use while on any medication. Individual results vary. Thanks for listening. This is one of those episodes that could genuinely keep someone safe, so please share it with anyone you know who's on a GLP-1 medication and still drinking. We'll see you next time on TelehealthFX Talk.